What I didn't like so much about it, I should say, I highly recommend it. Oh, there's a trash truck. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, if you don't know, and today I have an April wrap-up video for you where I'm going to be talking about all of the books I read in April. And it really wasn't that many. I only read 3 books, so I'm going to talk about those books and then I'm going to give you a short little haul from all the library books that I picked up on my last visit, which was 2. So I really blame my low reading count this month on the first book I read. I just got stuck in it and I didn't want to pick it up and I didn't want to finish it, and I got stuck on it for at least the first 3/4 of this month. And that was reading Lolita in Tehran by Azar Nafisi. Now, the issue with this book was that I was so excited to read it because it sounds like such an interesting concept. So this is about a book club in Tehran around a few years after the Iranian Revolution. And what happened in Iran was that censors would come through and really limit the books that you could read. So this is about a book club that started to sort of combat that. So I was very excited for this. It's supposed to be about the woman in the book club and all that they go through, while also talking about all the books that they read and how it relates to their own life. But where this book really let me down was the writing style. It was very, very slow. And there were moments when I was like, I don't think I can finish this. But what kept me going was it would be slow for a bunch of chapters, and then all of a sudden there'd be something really exciting and really profound happening, and then you'd kind of keep going because you were like, oh, that moment was so beautiful, like maybe there'll be more like that. But it never really panned out. So I would not recommend this book. Another thing that I didn't really like about it was that I hadn't read half of the books it mentions, including Lolita. So this goes through 4 sections. And the first one is Lolita, one is James Joyce, one is The Great Gatsby, and one is Jane Austen. And I enjoyed the Gatsby and Austen parts because those were the authors I'd actually read. So I understood the book and I understood how they were relating their lives to the book. But what this book didn't do a great job of was explaining to somebody who hadn't read those books how it related to these people's lives. So if you like the concepts, you can still give it a try, but I don't really recommend it. I found it very slow to read. But the next book I read, I don't have a physical copy with me, and it was not a letdown in any way, and I was so worried because there's tons of hype around this book, and it is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. So this book is about a teenager named Star and her life after she sees her best friend Khalil get shot by a police officer on the way home from a party. And what I liked about this book was how honest it was. There's a lot of social justice books that are becoming more popular now, including Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, which is on my list to read, and Between the World and Me, which I did read. And what's cool about this is it's a young adult book and it tells it through a plot. So the plot is kind of an amalgamation of all the events that we hear of in the news where young black men get shot for very little reason. What concerned me about this type of book was you kind of already know what's going to happen. So I thought I wasn't going to I didn't really care if I was surprised by the plot, but not interested in the plot because I could already see where it was going. But the strength of this book is even though you kind of know what's going to happen, the characters are so well developed that you're so invested in them going through this experience. Especially with the main character, Star. You really obviously get to know her. But also with her parents are super fleshed out, especially her dad. And I think it's the personalities of these characters that pull you through this book. So I highly recommend this book. It is heavy. After the initial trauma happened, I had to put it down and go do something else for a minute because it was heavy. But I highly recommend this book to everybody if you are interested in that sort of social justice aspect. I think it's very good to know what's to know. It's very good to know. I have a few heavy sort of books on my to be read list, so I wanted a palate cleanser, and this book kind of was perfect for that. And it's I Remember Nothing by Nora Ephron. If you don't know who Nora Ephron is, she was a screenwriter in Hollywood, and she wrote You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally, Silkwood, and then she wrote and directed Sleepless in Seattle. Before that, she was a journalist, and her last movie before she passed away was Julie and Julia. So if you've ever seen those movies, like, this book is exactly like those movies. It's lighthearted with some serious thrown in, and it's just witty to the core. She's just hilarious. So if you're looking for a short read to like cleanse your palate a little bit, I highly recommend this book. I read it in a day and it was exactly what I needed. So yeah, so those were the 3 books I read. I'm also gonna include a little quick library haul in this video. And both of them are books that I've been really looking to read, but I couldn't find them for the longest time. So the first one is Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda by Becky Albertalli. And this book is about Simon, a gay boy who's in the closet, and he accidentally sends an email that he didn't want everybody to read about, and is kind of being blackmailed by someone. And I'm really interested to read this book. The movie's coming out soon, so I kind of wanted to read this before I saw the movie. And then the next book I found that I've been looking for a long time was Homegoing by Ganassi. This cover, first of all, is stunning. I think I heard about this on YouTube first from a bunch of different people, and it's supposed to be really good. So it's about 2 half-sisters, and they're from different towns, and one of them grows up in Ghana, and one of them grows up in slavery in the southern United States. So I'm excited to read this. It's supposed to be amazing. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today. A little what I read and a little book haul. If you are interested in seeing more of my face, you can subscribe to this channel, Better Off Reading. I also have a blog, and I'm also on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, all of the social media. So if you like what you see, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.